We make him speak in front of the entire office, and he told us as to what was not happening right and what he thought was right to be done in the market. That changed the whole perception of the entire sales team. We are the 5th largest GSM operator in India.
What do you think is one thing that the telecom industry does well when it comes to focusing on the customer?
We have, as a telecom world, we have been able to micro-segment the customer bases to such an extent that we are able to understand as to what a customer wants, when he wants it, and how he wants it, which is something which is missing in the banking sector, I would say, today. And as a telecom world, that is what is actually giving us the revenues.
What do you think is one of the biggest challenges to being a customer-centric institution, to really focusing on the customer?
I think the customer himself is the biggest challenge here, because their preferences, their likes, dislikes change like they change their clothes sometimes. It's just like changing every hour of the day. And so that is the biggest challenge, that we have to keep pace with the requirements of the customer.
And how do you do that?
What we say is that almost 70% of my organization should be customer facing at any point of time. So back-end requirement has to be automated, because they're all mundane activities which need to be kind of put onto computers and servers. Rest, everything should be customer facing.
And could you speak a little bit more about segmentation?
We've been historically doing segmentation, let's say, by socioeconomic basis. What we found that within the socioeconomic segmentation, there are micro segments which exist. Let's say the middle class today. There is a class which is aspiring to be the high-end, and they would look at smartphones, they would look at high-end services of data. The data requirements will be much higher than their voice requirements. There's another segment whose requirement is only voice, and within voice they would be requiring maybe conference calls, and they would be requiring talking to their spouses or wives because they are out of their hometowns. So that's the segmentation which is happening there. There is segmentation, there is micro-segmentation. You can keep bifurcating, trifurcating, and still you learn so much about it.
As a leader at Aircel, what is one thing that you do that you think makes a big difference in terms of encouraging your staff to be focused on the customer?
So what we have done is we made a mandate that every month, twice a month, the entire office will go to the market. So we go and meet the customers, we go and meet the channel partners, understand what is happening. For each function who goes to the market, he tries to understand from his point of view. The job is not to pinpoint or pick up things which are not happening. Their job is to find out how they can improve the life of the customer or the channel partner or the salesperson who's moving in the market on a daily basis. Sometimes, we go incognito. We don't tell them we are from Aircel. There was a time when one of the channel partners, he just went blabbering as to why Aircel should not be bought. And the next 1 week you were spending time as to what is the learning out of that channel partners, and he was called to the office, and we did the same thing what you're doing to us. We make him speak in front of the entire office, and he told us as to what was not happening right and what he thought was right to be done in the market. That changed the whole perception of the entire sales team.